And here we go.
He's not living long like that.
Correct.
And
who is that? Webb Wilder. Well, you ain't living
they're
long.
off.
Hey, you ain't living long like that if you keep that stuff.
No,
up.
I was.
It's irritating.
I'm starting the show with the flag. And they're off.
You're starting the show being irritating.
Is that what I'm doing?
Well, yeah, but it's okay though. I don't mind. Actually, that's why
it
you're
really
so
good irritating?
That's why you're so endearing.
I guess so.
The irritation factor.
I've been working long and hard on it.
Oh, he
Jay.
has. He's
You
always
taught
been
me everything I
entertaining.
know, Jay.
Well, I hate to take credit for it. You know, I hate to take credit. How do I know? Oh well.
Did you hear your beloved president on this morning?
No.
Yes, Mr.
Well,
Nixon was speaking to us.
When?
When the show started.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I was just coming. I was trying to park on the.
Oh, he's trying to
What was
park
he doing?
my butt. He
Was
was
it a
still
real
driving.
Nixon or was it a
No, it was
a fake?
No, it wasn't.
Chris
it wasn't real.
Glendon,
Oh man.
and he was doing the parody of the thing about the Americans.
Oh, by the Canadian guy?
Yeah,
Oh, great. What was his name? The Canadian guy?
Gordon Sinclair,
Gordon Sinclair.
but also Byron McGregor did it.
And I wouldn't blame them if they turned their backs on us. The next time something terrible happens, I wouldn't blame them if they said, "Take care of it yourself."
Yeah, you missed it. He said, and when Baby and the boys found out I didn't have any money, they wouldn't even loan me 1 gallon of gas.
Oh, well. Baby Robusto. There's a name from the past.
Mm-hmm.
And who else? Donald Segretti.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Daniel Ellsberg.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't one of the plumbers. Liddy was one of them.
Howard Hunt.
Howard Hunt.
E. Howard
E.
Hunt.
Howard Hunt.
Plumbers. You have to
G-
put quotes around.
Yeah.
G. Gordon Liddy.
Mm-hmm.
He was a fascinating guy.
There must
Is he
be
still
a-
alive?
Must
Yeah.
be a broken
Oh, yeah.
pipe in the Watergate. We got to go in.
I suppose. No, actually, I think he's still got a radio show.
Okay.
He's had a radio show for a while. I don't know if he
Oh,
does
yeah,
or
I
not,
bet he
but I
does,
think he
yeah.
does.
I knew he did.
He's a
wasn't sure if he
character.
Still did.
You ever see the movie with called Will by G. Gordon? It was a G. Gordon movie, but it had
That
what's
was
his name?
Robert Conrad.
Robert Conrad.
Years ago, I saw it. Yeah.
About his being jailed, about the time his time in prison. That was a class thing. It was back around the time that he was wearing the battery on his shoulder.
Yeah, the knock the ever ready.
Right.
Go ahead, knock it off.
Why was he wearing a battery?
Oh,
in
he
his-
was a
commercial.
spokesman for Ever Ready batteries.
That's right. I
What was his
remember.
name again?
Robert Conrad.
Robert Conrad.
Yeah.
That's right. Robert Conrad.
James
Yeah.
West.
As opposed to William Conrad.
Yeah,
Yes.
who's a much bigger person.
much bigger person. Oh, well.
Yeah,
Or Conrad Birdie, who was actually a smaller person.
and a fictional person.
And a fiction. Well, I don't know. He
Yeah, a
was-
fictional person.
he actually was based on Elvis
Elvis.
Presley.
Elvis. Well, yeah. Well, you think?
Well, yeah, but that's not fictional.
But Conrad
The character
Birdie
was
is.
fictional.
Just because you call him a different name doesn't mean he's fictional.
Well, sure it is.
Well, no, that's ridiculous. It's like, if it's meant to be the person, you just change his name. It's not a fictional person.
Why
If he
didn't they
does
just
everything.
call him Elvis?
Well, because they were trying to.
Bye
cover
bye
it.
Elvis wouldn't have sounded.
It wouldn't have
very
sounded quite as good. No,
I guess you're right.
Elvis might not have liked that.
That alliteration helps a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I'm
yes.
despondent, Jay.
gosh,
I'm despondent.
Hold on. What's wrong, Jim?
They recalled
Dude.
my Easy Bake Oven.
Do you have any sad music?
Oh,
Hold on, we
it's
got-
too late. The
Yeah,
cat's
it's too late.
No, it isn't. Not really.
the
It's
Pop
never-
Tarts out of the bag
It's
already.
it's never too late. Let him see. He's probably got some kind of violin music. Just a minute. Hang on.
Oh,
We're gonna-
okay, I'll try and hold
just try,
my.
try to
I'll
talk
try
about
and-
something else.
Through hundreds of CDs and
Oh yeah, great.
That's
Just
all
to,
right.
just to do a bit that's already happened.
It's never stopped us before.
Yeah, well, that's true.
This is radio on the run.
Yeah, by the seat of the pants.
Exactly.
By the seat of thy pants, thou shalt maketh thee funniness.
Save us, Mike.
I have nothing. to say.
Okay.
You don't give them any.
All right. Okay.
You give me no warning.
These things just
Why
come
didn't
up,
he have
Mike.
any-
We can't give you
I
warning when
didn't
they
have
just
any
come
warning.
up.
All of a sudden, he's going to talk about his toaster oven. Just do it.
No, I don't have anything to.
All right, go ahead. Hold on. All right, let's
Oh, what?
try again.
Yeah, that'll do it. You sound like one of those things, those instruments where you stick your
The
hand
theremin,
close
yeah.
to it. Yeah, the theremin.
Go ahead with your sad story.
Why?
now.
Jay, they recalled my Easy Bake Oven.
Where's Dr. Phil when you need him?
Really? I need
How are you
Dr.
going to
Phil.
stand it? How are you going to stand it?
No, Jay. I had to change from a 40 watt to a 25 watt bulb.
I felt the same way when they discontinued making goop for the thing.
Oh,
maker.
yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Why did they do that?
Because kids kept getting burned with it.
Okay, so you can't make things anymore? Is that?
No.
So no goop substitute?
Not as
I
far
thought
as I
goop
know.
was a hand cleaner.
It is. It's also stuff from the thing machine.
That's right. It was
You stick the
So
goop
what-
in the thing machine and you come out with a thing.
So what happened to the kids?
well, they were getting burned
Why?
because they were stupid.
It
Well, that's
heated
right.
up.
So if they're
Well, that's
stupid,
why.
well,
That's the same thing with the
they're
Easy Bake
idiots.
Oven. They're catching their fingers in the slidey thing.
Ah,
But they got to keep their fingers out of there.
I
That's the
know.
problem.
that'll teach you to keep your fingers out of places they
You know
don't
these
belong,
darn
kids.
they can't keep their fingers out of stuff.
I'll tell you.
That's how babies. Oh wait,
So what
no,
happened?
that's something else. I'm sorry.
So anyway, what happened? So they sent you a note and said, we're recalling your toaster oven?
Easy Bake Oven.
Easy Bake Oven. What's an Easy Bake Oven?
It's a toy.
Oh my gosh!
What is it?
Come on.
It's a
Jay.
what?
Where have you been for
What
50
is, wait,
years?
what is it? What is it?
It's a toy, Jay.
A toy.
It's a toy made by Mattel. And
I didn't know. I've never had an Easy Bake
well,
Oven.
of course you
Jim.
have, Jay. They've been advertising for 50 years. How you don't miss anything.
I missed that one.
I guess you did.
I didn't. I'm surprised my kids. I mean,
It's
or
an
not my kids, but
oven.
Darcy
It's a
did.
little toy oven
Hmm?
that bakes things with an electric light bulb.
So it actually does have heat in it. You could actually
it
get
actually
burned.
does heat.
You
No,
could get
well, no, you'd have to touch the bulb.
burned. Well, they obviously do
And
that.
It
They're
doesn't
getting
burn
burned.
you. It's just hot.
So why did they recall it?
Because people were getting their fingers
Well,
stuck in
that's
the
my-
slidey thing.
Well, that's the point. Then it got burned.
No. Well, maybe if they really got it stuck way in there.
Way in there.
I think, see if I can touch my finger's stuck. It's like, this thing is dangerous. We better recall it.
Oh well.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
sorry
I
to
can
hear
see
that.
it. It certainly wasn't a choking hazard.
terrible
That's
thing.
for sure.
You have to swallow the whole oven.
The whole oven, yeah,
It doesn't
it'd be
quite
hard.
work,
Yeah,
so-
it'd be very hard.
Oh well.
So yeah, I'm down today, Jay.
Yeah, let's just take away their toaster oven and give them some jarts.
Easy Bake Oven, Jay.
I mean, take away their Easy Bake Oven and give them a set of jarts. Let 'em go out
Jarts.
and have
Jarts
some
are
good
much
time.
better.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
Let 'em go out
Nerf
and have something like
jarts.
How's that for sad?
Took him a little while.
Little
Okay.
while.
Took a
How's
while.
that? It's not that sad.
That's
it needs
not
to be
that
a little
sad.
bit.
Now, when I was a lad,
Oh,
I had
How's
an
that for
Easy
sad?
Bake Oven.
hold on. Don't let it go. Just
And-
let this go.
Old
over
Easy Bake.
hills and valleys, we strayed.
And we took my Easy Bake Oven.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Just a boy and his dog.
No, it's
got
Easy
my
Bake
dog
Oven,
dirty
you
fingers.
idiot.
Full of fun.
Is this old chef? Yeah. God, I can't listen to this.
Ah,
It's the one
It's
song I
too
cannot.
sad, Jay.
Like, seriously.
It's too sad.
No, seriously, I cannot stand to listen to it. It just makes me crazy
Oh,
because
keep
it's
it
so
going.
sad.
Having a time
It's
at
so
the
sad. I mean,
old sweet
I got
joy.
We
Chef
want to make
Boy's
Jay
version
cry
of it.
today.
I just couldn't shoot him.
No.
So I hit him with a
So I-
baseball bat.
So I stuck him in my Easy Bake Oven.
Stuck his tail in the
And I
Easy
cooked
Bake
him up
Oven.
in a big pie with some moose turds.
But old Shep was right
Played
there
fetch with a stick of lit dynamite.
to the rest of the
He went under their porch.
I told you that story, didn't
Yeah.
There's another story going around
What's
about a Hummer, a Humvee,
Yeah.
Okay.
and ice
Oh,
ice fishing in
Be clear on
Minnesota.
that.
Have you heard that one?
No.
Yeah.
Those things are so heavy, though. You wouldn't take them out in a frozen lake, I wouldn't think.
Well, in Minnesota you would.
Nah, they're heavy as hell, aren't they?
Well, I know they are, but you could. I mean, hey Jay, it's 0 degrees for months and months in Minnesota.
Don't
So they
oh.
take-
Oh, Chip.
Oh, shit.
So they take the Hummer and the dog out on the ice to go fishing,
Mhm.
and so they decide that the only way we can, the ice is really thick, so the only way we can get a hole in the ice is to blow a hole in the ice with dynamite. So they throw the stick of dynamite out onto the ice to blow the hole, and of course their dog's a retriever. And so he goes and he fetches the dynamite, and of course runs under the Hummer. And then they scare him and he runs off. The dog doesn't die, But the Hummer gets blown up, and then
That's good they
and then
saved
it
the dog.
sinks into the ice. So.
It's nice they saved the dog.
Yeah.
I mean, the other story was basically this friend of mine from Pennsylvania who said that they had this old dog and they wanted to. They couldn't stand to put him out. I mean, he was really old and barely could walk with it. Nobody could stand to put him out of his misery. They loved the old dog and they just kept putting it off, finding reasons to put it off. And then finally they kept saying, when we get the new porch in the back of the farmhouse done. They lived in a farmhouse in Pennsylvania. When we get this back porch finished, then that's when we'll take care of it with the dog, you know. But let's just kept
We better hurry, though,
bargaining-
because he could die any day.
bargaining and putting it off. So when they finally got the porch done, nobody could shoot him or anything. So that one of them
I
said,
can
let's take.
understand that.
We'll just blow him up. So,
Well, just
Blow
blow
'em
him
up.
up. That's
Yeah.
much more
Right.
humane.
well, it actually probably is. So they tied a stick of dynamite around his neck and lit it.
Not for the owner, not for the people that, you know.
Well, but
It's not
apparently,
very humane to them when the pieces start
well,
falling.
apparently they said they tied the dynamite around his neck and lit it. The dog got scared and ran under the porch. That was the
And
story.
then
I
what
heard.
happened, Jay?
Well, who knows? That's up to your imagination, but. It's a sad thing. You know, I really would like you to play Life Gets Tedious, don't it?
Oh, that's
for
a
me?
good one, yeah.
Would you sometime
Sure,
today? I
sure,
think that's a
absolutely.
wonderful thing.
Absolutely. I got the thing I got queued up is something you asked about 3 weeks ago called
Okay.
Cigarettes, Whiskey,
Yeah,
and
Wild Women. Yeah, it's a great one.
We'll do that, and then we'll do
Okay,
Life Gets Tedious.
So I got a copy of that by Doc Watson. It's real nice.
Yeah.
Life Gets Tedious, don't it?
Did you guys happen to see any of the video of that steam explosion in New York?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God! You should have seen this. And I only saw just a few seconds of it, but it looked like, you know, I mean, it was as wide as the street,
It looked like,
and it was.
I
and
saw a little
steam
bit
was
of it.
shooting up. It was like, oh
You know,
my God!
I
And
saw a little bit of it, and for the second that I first saw, when I
Yeah.
first saw it, it reminded me of the first seconds when the towers imploded.
Yeah, well,
'Cause
that's
they had
what
all
everybody
that,
thought.
Yeah, well, you know, all that smoke was
I
going
thought
up
it was
and
another
dust.
attack of some sort.
Well, I
And
don't
it
know.
blew big. I mean, it blew it blew the whole street apart. I mean,
Right.
it's just unbelievable.
What street
and-
was it on? Do you know?
I don't know. It's not important.
Well, it is important. 'Cause I have friends that live there.
On the street?
Yeah.
You have
no,
street
no,
people?
but
You know
they live-
street people?
They live next to the street. Well, Laurie lives
Mike,
there.
he knows street people.
Laurie
Interesting.
lives
New York's
there.
a big place. Too.
Yeah, but if it was 7th and Avenue C, then
Probably isn't.
that's a problem.
Probably isn't. Now, the problem is that they say we have the same kind of steam systems here in St. Louis, and we've already had 2 explosions. Not like that one, though. That was unbelievably huge. I mean, I looked at it, I went, oh, my God. You know, it looked like a rocket was in the street and shooting, you know, with the engines facing up
Right.
and just shooting up. It was like unbelievably, looked very dangerous, actually. I'm sure it was,
Probably
too, with
was.
all that live steam.
Would you feel better if this was called Old Cujo?
You know, it probably wouldn't mind. I just have this imagery of this poor dog with
Or
his
old
head,
year off.
well, with his head on his lap, and you know, patting him. I have a soft spot in my heart for dogs.
chainsaw.
Yeah. Come here, old chap.
No, faithful dog. Here's how you get your reward.
I just can't get over all the. I mean, no matter how many dogs I've had to put down in my lengthy
It's
like
never
60
easy.
years, it's always
never
horrible.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's always horrible.
And we've always had dogs.
Because
You
they're
know?
part of the family.
I know,
That's
and I've
fine.
had them my whole life. You know.
You won't care when the Chihuahua goes. That's just a Chihuahua.
Actually, a Chihuahua will outlive me, so I'm not worried about that.
Mm.
I mean, they live to be 20. I'm not gonna. I don't have 20 years left in me.
They
That
live to be
Chihuahua,
20?
They can live to be 20.
So I got 6 more years of a Chihuahua in my house too.
Yeah, probably. at
Oh
least.
boy.
I didn't know you had a Chihuahua.
Yeah. Linda's dad's dog.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. We've had him. We've had her since for about a year and a half now.
Wow. Okay.
But this one is less than about just like 2 years old. So this
Oh,
dog's got
she's not 2
3.
years old.
3 maybe. Yeah.
More, Jay.
No.
It's got to be more.
That dog hasn't been around for 5 years. 3.
No,
I
how
mean,
about
no.
4?
3.
3.5?
I'd say 3.
Okay, fine.
Do I hear 4? Do I hear
It
4?
still gives you
2?
17 more years of a Chihuahua, which I won't live. I mean, the Chihuahua will definitely survive me. So
You think
yeah.
so, huh?
Chihuahua will
So
cut
you
me up.
thinking of checking out soon?
Yeah, that's soon, but I think in
you feeling
17
bad,
years.
Jay?
No, I feel fine, but I don't have any hope for
Feels
17
fine.
years. But I do. I feel great. But I don't
Oh,
have
you'll
any
be
hope for
fine. It's
17
just
years.
your legs will go out.
My legs are fine,
Oh yeah, right.
but my knees aren't that hot. But my
It's
legs
your boy
are
and his little Chihuahua.
fine. His Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. It doesn't make it somehow.
Come here, Taco Brat.
Come here, Peppy.
Peppy, little Peppy, little Peppy. You could use a firecracker instead of dynamite.
There you go. That's right. A cherry bomb.
Yeah, cherry bomb.
Here, fetch the
Here's a
M80.
treat. Here's a treat. Yeah. If you stuffed it inside of one of her little toys that she carries around, it'd be perfect.
Here, little sun kissed. Here's a
Yeah.
cherry bomb for you. It's just called an M80.
Yeah.
Here you are, fetch.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah. Yo quiero M80.
God, that dog. You know, I mean, it still doesn't know. It still isn't housebroken.
Well, who's tried to teach it anything?
Well,
Nobody. They've taught you've taught it to go on the floor. That's why
Not
it
on the
goes on the
floor.
floor, Jay.
on a pad.
Where's the
But don't
pad,
on
Jay?
the floor, Jim.
On the floor.
But don't
You
ask me.
taught
This is
the
not,
dog to go
don't
on the
berate
floor.
me. This is not. I didn't get that Chihuahua. That's
I
why-
know you didn't. It's for your daughter, Jay. It's your daughter's dog. You gotta love your daughter's dog.
It's okay. It's sort of
It's
cute. but
okay. He has a soft spot for dogs, but not little dogs.
It's okay.
They suck.
On one of the discs that I gave you,
Yes.
we're talking about this very thing on one of these past shows, and how you would rather have had a Pyrenees
Well, of course they have a Pyrenees.
like that, and which one of us remarked that the only reason you like the bigger dogs is because when you have gas, you can blame it on the dog. With some reason, expectation of truth to it,
I don't remember
It
that.
could happen. Well,
Because I
of
don't
course you
even-
don't. Yeah,
I don't get that sort of problem.
Yeah. No,
I guess-
you have it, you release it, no problem.
No, it's not. I never. No, that's just not
Oh,
one
we're
of
having
my
a
issues.
release?
That's just not one
A
of
release
my.
party.
That's just not one of my issues. I leave that to you people who understand the nature of that white paper that they find in bathrooms all the time.
Yeah, whatever that is. What is it? What is it that two Pyrenees have in common?
Two Pyrenees?
Two
Or-
Pyrenees. What do any two Pyrenees have in common?
I don't know.
One brain.
Pyrenees? Oh, they're brilliant.
Oh, they're
animals.
brilliant. Yeah, they're so.
No, the difference is what a Pyrenees and a Pekingese have in common.
I don't know, Jay. What?
Well, a Pyrenees can peer at a Pekingese, and a Pekingese can peek at a Pyrenees. But you could actually, the Pyrenees could peer at a Pekingese, and the Pekingese could peek at the Pyrenees. So either way, it works.
They still got half a brain, Jay.
No, they don't.
They do.
They're brilliant dogs.
They're stupid dogs. They
They're
just
not
sit in the
stupid.
yard and bark all night long.
No, okay, wait. A Pyrenees can peer at a
We
Pekingese.
don't care, Jay.
A Pyrenees can peek at a Pekingese. A Pekingese can peer at a Pyrenees, and a Pekingese can peek at a Pyrenees.
And Jim can strangle it.
Okay, all right. I'll
Thank you
stop.
so much.
Thank you. I'll stop now.
You needed that.
We'll play this
know.
back in court, and Jim will be acquitted.
Yeah, really?
You asked me.
We understand now. Nope, you were perfectly
Yeah,
justified.
you asked me. I told you.
The judge
Simple
will
as
tell you,
that.
go and sin no more, my son.
It's simple
What did
as
you
that.
say? Wait, you can't say it on.
Go and sin no
Oh, I
more.
thought you said something else.
Oh, no. You can't even
That was
cuss,
the
you
lish.
Walter Brennan.
It was the lish that got me.
Detroit City.
Yeah, right. I'll tell you what. Why don't you play
went to
something?
sleep
Okay.
in
And,
Detroit City.
We'll come back. I gotta get some water. So.
Alrighty.
He can say it. If he can say it, why can't we?
Well, I don't know.
If Walter can say it.
Okay, well, why don't you say this is KDHX?
He's KDHX.
No, it
St.
is.
Louis.
It's the St. Louis Brain Sandwich.
St. Louis Brain Sandwich on KDHX St. Louis.
Your friends at FM 88 want you to know about Woman's Place. Woman's Place in Maplewood is a safe, confidential drop-in center for adult women. They assist women dealing with the effects of violence in their lives. Woman's Place offers a peaceful, restful environment, crisis intervention, domestic violence support groups, self-help programs, community education, and advocacy. Appointments are not necessary. For more information on Woman's Place, you may call 314-645-4848 or visit womansplacestl.org. And please tell a friend you heard about Woman's Place on your community radio station, KDHX, St. Louis.
Did you see how much she weighs?
You know,
Did you
Jim,
see how much she
She's
weighs?
frightening.
yeah.
65 pounds.
I don't
Yeah,
know who's
Tammy.
worse, Tammy
Tammy
Faye
Faye.
or Tom Cruise.
Well,
Well-
Mike said she's got some sort of cancer. Or something.
Yeah, she's in the last stages.
Yeah, I thought she was anorexic.
I think she's
but
past the
actually
last
ill.
stages.
Probably.
I think she's
she was
crossed
on
the
Larry
others.
King the other night.
Oh.
and,
According to looking at this picture, she's crossed to the other side already.
Yeah, really.
it's just a formality now, I guess.
Oh, well.
Someone needs to
If
come
you
in and
wanna call
pronounce
it
her.
that.
If you want to call it that. You were talking about the fun Nazis or the good Nazis?
Yeah, the good Nazis. Tom Cruise is going to play the guy that tried to blow up Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
At the meeting there in the
Right. They're actually filming it in Germany.
the suitcase. Yeah, it says they're giving him access to everything except for the bunker or
The
something.
place where they shot the guy.
Actual place where they shot. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense.
He said it was too hell.
But yeah, I mean, at first you think Tom Cruise is a Nazi. It just doesn't sound right. But he looks pretty. You know, he could certainly. I mean, he's young. You know, a young strapping officer.
He's like 45, actually.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
No, well, no. But
Tom
he looks,
Cruise,
well,
no,
he
but-
looks- but he looks like a strapping German officer to me. I
does,
mean, he's
yeah.
fine. I think he's a fine
He's
Nazi.
like
Jake.
5'5".
He's a fine Nazi, Jake.
Isn't he right there on
All
the box?
Nazis don't have to be 6'4".
Wait a minute. Isn't he on the box along with what's his name with Alan Ladd? I mean, aren't they
On
both?
the box. No, he didn't
don't-
stand on a box.
Aren't they both about the same height, like 5'5"
No.
or
Yeah,
something?
they're
Well, he's
diminutive.
short. He's short. I mean, he's not 6-footer, but
No, he's not. But neither was Alan Ladd. But you wrote a song about Alan Ladd. Everything was
know.
done. You know, well, I mean,
I know.
everything he did was on a box.
I know it was
Well,
on
I
a
think it's the same thing with Tom Cruise. Either they got him on stilts.
not on a box.
Well,
So anyway,
They
I've
just
got
cast him next to short people.
maybe so. Yeah.
It
Well,
reminds me, I've got. You probably remember that I collect old radio shows, and one of the things I found at the library was called Hitler on the Air. It was just different speeches he'd made
Sure.
on the radio, and then on the reverse side is a Nazi party somewhere that they recorded,
a real party.
a real party with
Nazis.
musicians. They're called the Fun Nazis.
Oh, the fun.
They were like Germany's answer to Spike Jones.
Okay.
Like that. I need to bring it in and play some of it for you.
I can imagine what their songs are about.
Like that. And
Yeah,
then,
but
and
when
then
I would-
speaking of
ooh.
Walter Brennan,
Boom! Right in FDR's face. Is that what they did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that being on that particular page.
FDR's face is their big one, isn't
Yeah,
it?
probably. Speaking of Walter Brennan, did you know he was in the very first Three Stooges short?
No, I didn't.
Walter was.
Yes, he was.
No.
Now, did you watch the marathon the other?
Some of it.
Okay.
The
The very
I didn't get
first
to watch
one-
Much, yeah.
The very first one that they showed was called Woman Haters. It was from 1934,
Right.
and it was all done in rhyme.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Okay, do you remember it?
I
Okay.
saw that
He's
one.
the
I
Walter
couldn't
Brennan
stand-
is
it
the
was
train
awful.
conductor.
I didn't realize that, but that was awful. I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't stand
that
it.
particular
Because
one,
of
or,
the rhyme.
or any
The
of
rhyme,
them?
rhyme.
everything
Oh,
was in
right.
rhyme.
It's too much. Yeah.
It was too much.
Mhm.
I don't know what it was. I'd never seen it before, but I don't think I want to see it again. Really, it was
Okay.
once was enough.
Maybe that's why they don't show it.
Maybe
much.
so. But it isn't the same. I mean, it really isn't. It's not the best of their work.
No, it isn't. It's only interesting from a historical perspective.
Yeah.
Or perspective is what we've called it before.
Well, you just have to go to the Stooges Institute.
An
and you can check it
institute?
out. Yes.
An institute.
Institute.
At NYUK University.
Anyway,
Nyah. University.
so what else? Anything
What
else?
else?
Anything else?
What else? What do you mean, what else?
Well, is there anything else good happening? Or do you have
What
anything
about
good
you?
moving? I never. Whatever happens to me.
Nothing, Jay.
That's
You-
right.
you lead the most
That's
boring
exactly
life I've
why,
ever
and that's
seen.
exactly why I turn it over to you
For
guys.
someone who's so damn busy, nothing seems to happen to
Well,
you
that's-
ever.
I know that. That's because I turn it over to you guys to have fun, and I will live vicariously through you.
Turn it
Simple
over to
enough.
Well, let's see. What did we see recently? We saw Mr. Brooks. The Kevin
Yeah, oh,
Costner
yeah.
serial
That was
killer thing. It was
interesting, yeah.
actually very interesting.
Yeah, I liked it.
Well, I heard. I mean,
He pulled it off. He actually made serial killers likable.
It didn't.
Yeah,
Now,
like
here
the
wasn't-
good Nazis? He's
No,
a
no.
good serial
No,
killer.
wait, wasn't that? I was just thinking. Wasn't there like a Showtime series about a guy who was like a
Dexter.
Dexter? Was I never saw it.
It's
Was that
great.
any good? Is
It's
it-
great.
all right,
Absolutely great.
Is it? They're still making anymore? Or are they?
Yeah, this come back for another season in I think next month.
How do they continue? What do they do in that show to make it actually go? I mean,
Yeah.
what generates
Is
it?
this the guy who helps the police find serial
Yes,
killers?
he's he's related. His sister's a police.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's
he
how they
kill
do
him?
it.
No, but he kills him.
He
though,
kills
doesn't
them,
he?
yes.
Right.
Wait, wait.
Sure
He
does.
kills the serial killer?
He does.
Really?
Yeah, people
Well,
that deserve it, and other
That's-
people.
well,
that
there you go. He
deserving
deserves
people,
it,
you
so
know.
it's not murder then.
Hey, he kills everybody who deserves it, although he's the one that decides who deserves it. Now that's the
Ah, I
problem.
see.
see.
This
That's why I
is the
don't.
problem.
That's why I don't want him around you.
Oh.
I'm trying to protect you.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. I love you, man.
See,
He's
my
my
point.
buddy.
See, that's my point.
He's my buddy.
My point
He
is we
We'll get
protects
killed
me.
doing that.
Is my
He
point not?
protects me, Mike.
Is my
He's
point
my
not well taken
friend.
here? Yes.
Yeah, this time I'm with you,
This
buddy.
guy here, he's my friend.
I love this guy.
I don't know. Anyway,
I'm sorry, we still have an hour and 15 minutes of
Oh
this.
man, you mean it's not over yet?
I was just hoping that it'd be. I hope it was going to be 5 to 8 so I could get out of here.
He's
just
looking at the clock.
he's
already.
just starting to rev up. That's the problem. We're not even at 7 o'clock.
I told him. I said, he says I learned everything I know from you. So you taught me well, Jay.
Oh, well, how to be obnoxious.
How to be obnoxious. That's right.
There is an art to it.
Without really trying.
There really is an art to being obnoxious.
Oh,
if you really think
yes, there is. Not
You have
everybody
to-
can do it.
You have to know exactly when to do that. There's a certain subtlety.
That's
that-
right. Oh, yeah.
you know,
Nuance.
right, exactly. Oh, wow. No, thanks. I look forward to looking at those or listening to those CDs, right?
Okay, good.
So I guess the
So-
Emmys came out, and of course, everybody that was ever in The Sopranos has been nominated for the.
That's
for
what
an
I
Emmy.
heard too. I am so surprised that The Wire gets shut out all the time. It's the best thing ever on TV, and it never
Is
gets
that another
anything.
Showtime thing?
It's on HBO.
HBO.
I think it's Showtime. Maybe it is Showtime. That's one or the other.
I don't know.
It's one
I
of the
miss
cable
out on
channels.
all that because I don't.
It's
I don't
worth
get the
getting.
premium
It's
channel.
it's worth getting. You can get the whole set the first couple of years now.
Yeah.
I really think if you're ever sitting around, you got like 14 hours. Of nothing
Yeah,
to
if I
do.
just happen to have 14 hours.
I mean,
to
let's
do
say you
something.
break it. If you broke your leg, you could watch
yeah.
the whole first season in a day.
Well, yeah, sure.
But at The Wire is, I guarantee you,
Yeah.
if you see The Wire, you
Yeah.
think it's the best.
Well, I mean,
thing
you always
ever.
used to tell me that The Sopranos was really good, and you were right there.
Yeah, but The Wire's better than Sopranos. Sopranos is a little bit too contrived. I mean, The Wire's
Really,
just
you think?
right.
The Wire's just right.
It's just right. It's just
According to Mr. Schober,
Whatever
The
they've
Wire
done.
is just
whoever
right.
writes that, whoever's done, they've got it down. They've really nailed it. The Sopranos are cool, but it's just more. It's more fun,
Yeah.
I guess. All the murders and hacks that you're getting hacked up.
Well, you
everything.
got to kill people
I guess you do. You got to make it
if they're
interesting.
unloyal.
Got to make it interesting.
Yeah, if you're going to be a gangster, you can't just sit around playing chess.
Well, the great thing about The Wire is that nothing ever happens. It's
Nothing.
just-
Well,
nothing
there you
ever
go. I'm
happens.
sure I'll be excited to
It's
watch
really-
that.
It's great, but nothing ever happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very real. Anyway,
Well,
An
what else,
underwriter.
Jay?
we have an underwriter.
Yes, we do. It's
Wow.
740. Gateway
what else,
Clean Air
Jay?
Program.
Okay, and what else?
What else?
Well, there's nothing. I didn't see
Well,
anything
now,
else.
okay. Now, did you see the line of people? 500 plus people in line
Oh,
at the bookstore to get Harry Potter.
I don't think so.
Now, I mean, all they got to do is wait till today, and they could walk in there. I mean, they don't number these things, right? The books aren't numbered.
I don't know.
They're not numbered.
Okay.
They're books. They just run them off on a
I don't
machine.
even understand.
Well,
that.
well sometimes
What's the point?
I don't even understand.
series books sometimes do get numbered.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that one does.
Well, it's
but
number 7 in the series.
it's number 7. Well,
But-
probably not a number 7 on the cover.
No, there isn't, of
Probably
course.
not.
It's just the 7th book. So here they stand in line for a day, 24 hours out of their life, to be one of the first to get the book. So what?
Well, who cares anyway?
If I go in and buy a book today, I can tell you I was the first in line. You go, no, you weren't. I was first. No, you weren't. I was first. And there's no way they can prove anything. Nobody gives you a number. Nobody does anything. You're in there in line, wasting away 24 hours of your life.
Why would anyone even care though? It's just somebody thought this up. That's all it really is.
Well, I know.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
I know
people
somebody
enjoy
thought
the
up the
books,
Wire,
which is
well,
great.
right?
But that's fine.
Well, they
But-
thought up the Wire too, but it's still. You can
Oh,
wait
back
every-
to the Wire.
But you
again.
can wait every
Never
week.
going to hear the end
But
of
you
this
can hear
now.
every week. You wait another week for the next episode. You're not
Yeah, you could stand in line at the TV
for a week.
waiting for the episode to start.
What is
Well,
this?
it's because it's the big ending, Jay. That's why.
Oh, is
It's
it?
the big. This is it. This is the
Okay,
last
that's
one.
it,
They
yeah, that's
it.
supposedly kills off a couple people, and
Are they going to kill
Well,
him?
the last one they did the same thing with the all-night standing
this
in line
great-
thing.
I know.
Well, you know what they had to do. I guess
What?
it's too late now. It's already done, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's it. That's a great idea.
It's great to get these ideas after
No,
things
no, no.
happen.
Harry Potter could be sitting like with some. He's got some friends or something.
Yeah,
And they could be sitting in like this diner,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden, the door opens up and everything goes black.
Oh, there's a good idea.
Wouldn't that be? I mean, isn't that great? Would that be great?
Yeah, and then he says, no, and just before it goes black, he goes, Hawkeye. Oh, sorry,
Oh, it's the wrong one.
wrong Potter. Oh, sorry.
Wrong Potter. Actually, what was the? No, horse feathers. That's what he
Horse,
said.
Yeah,
oh,
horse feathers.
Horse
Horse
feather.
Horse
If he was from the
feathers.
Midwest, he'd say horse
Horse
feather.
feather.
That's right. And bull
So-
hockey. He said
Bull hockey was
too.
one of his favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, but right there, right, the bell goes off and the whole screen
Yeah,
goes dark,
goes
and
dark.
that's the end of the
Wow.
Harry Potter.
Well, maybe she just should have ended in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah.
That could have worked.
And then
too.
Harry-
And then he dot 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 dot. Yeah. Insert own ending here.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks so much for your billions of dollars.
well, who are the bad guys?
Who? What? Oh, there's all kinds of
And
bad. There's a bad guy in every one.
Doesn't one of them have to? One of them should come in the diner while
Well,
they're
Voldemort is the ultimate bad guy.
Well, then Voldemort or whatever should come in and sit at the counter.
Yeah, right.
Watching them.
Yeah, and then it all goes black.
and then he walks into the bathroom or
Bathroom,
something,
right.
and then the door. There's a door.
That's a great
rings,
idea.
and then all of a sudden
I think you should write that.
the door
you think you
opens
should write
up
that
and
down, Mike?
it goes black.
Actually, we have it on. We're
You should write
recording
that
it.
down and
Yeah,
send it
I'll
to
send
JK.
it. See if they want to change it.
Yeah,
That's right. Oh well, just a thought.
yeah, maybe a special edition with the new ending. Yeah, there you go.
The alternate ending.
Yeah, the
That's-
alternate ending edition, and then they can stand in line for that.
Oh well.
You know, I mean, I can't. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I can see why people might want to stand in line for like tickets. You know, because at some point the tickets are going to run out, and you
Or
know, they
for a
want-
tracheotomy if you needed it.
or for a drink. That's only if you're in Canada, though,
That's-
so they
that's-
want you to
that's
believe.
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
They want you to believe that, but that never happens. But anyway, so yeah, standing in line for tickets. So if so you can be like the front row, or get the best tickets. I can understand that almost. I can't, but I can understand it more than standing in line for a book, which is there's a not a never-ending supply, but there's plenty to go around.
Right.
And you don't get any special privilege by being first in line, other than you can say you were there, but nobody will believe you anyway.
Then they won't read it anyway for
Of
a
course
long.
they'll read it.
Right, no, not
Oh, they'll
immediately.
read it right away.
They will.
Oh, of course.
Sure.
If you're standing in line for a day, Jay, you're going to read the book right away because you want to know what happens. These are the Harry Potter fanatics.
Well,
They're-
that's true too.
You know?
Should we play our underwriter so we get that stuff done? It
No,
should have been-
that's
Not
not
time
just
yet,
740.
Well, I thought you said 640.
No, I'm sorry.
6.
740.
Speaking of 664 FM 88 is the phone number.
Oh,
here.
I thought you were going to.
664 3688.
666. Thank God it isn't 666.
No, I won't. No, we don't need that. That would
Nobody'd
be
call.
that'd be a hell of a number to have.
It would be. What's the number again?
664 3688.
Yeah, you almost gave your old
I almost,
phone number.
Yeah, I almost did. Not that there's anything to talk
I
about.
saw the
but-
wheels turning
Yeah, I
there too. You
know.
went, wait a minute. Which one is it now? It's like,
Well, not that
Yeah,
we have.
so
Not
if
that
you
there's
want-
anything to talk to us about.
and
but
that's
it's-
314, by the way, if you're calling from outside the area. Nobody's called at all this morning. That's
No, it's been kind
odd.
of slow. Well,
Yeah,
it's the dog days of summer.
It is,
even though it's
and
nice out.
It's weird. Does everybody? Why does everybody wait till August to go on vacation? Have you ever noticed that? My family used to go on vacation in August. Like right before you go back to school, you go on a vacation. Is that it? Because it thinks
I guess so.
it feels like it's. I don't know. It's everybody. I've talked to more people in the last week that are going on vacation in like the first week in August, second week in August, or next week.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Why not go in the middle or at the
Seems
beginning? Because you've been in school all
I
year.
know.
Go on vacation then.
Yeah, it seems ridiculous. Anyway, aren't we? We're making a change in our plans, aren't we? As far
Oh,
as
for
the-
next week, yes.
What's going to happen next week?
Next week it's going to be a Mike show, and then you're going to come in.
What
2 weeks from
day is
today.
that?
That's the 28th.
28th.
Okay, what's 2 weeks?
The 4th, I
Fifth.
believe.
Okay.
Fourth
I
or
might be
fifth.
on vacation actually.
Where are you going?
Pentwater
You're actually going?
for a couple days.
Oh.
Okay, well, it's the 4th.
Why don't you go for a week? Your family's there for. Oh, that's the
No,
problem.
they're not gonna
Why
be
did you
there.
wait till August?
Your family's not going to be there? Yeah, really.
Well, duh. You gotta feed them straight. You gotta.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta feed you the lines. I gotta set you up. I gotta do the
Really?
whole
You're
thing.
going to go up, put
What
the
else-
boat in the water?
What
Jay?
else do I have to do? What do I have
He's
to
going to go up and put
do?
a sailboat in the water that hasn't been in the water for 3 years.
What do I have to do?
The man's owned a sailboat for 3 years, hasn't been in the water
No, actually,
yet.
actually, no. There's all kinds of things. I might not be able to go, but I probably will be here. Hockey try. If it all depends on my son on Tori and his surgery and the hockey tryouts and the rest of the stuff. Plus, there's a court thing I got to be involved with. I mean, peripherally, I'm not involving me, but I got to be here. For
You got to
that.
pack for court?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a pack for court. Good. Hey, you can talk to Mike. He knows how to do it.
So it's possible I won't get up there at all. But I might. Yeah, Mike knows how to do it. But you got to do that a week ahead of time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't be too prepared for court.
Yeah.
Extra socks and all
Yeah,
that.
absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
Toothbrush. Don't forget.
And the
toothbrush.
Ben Gay.
Yeah,
You know, you need
Oh,
that.
yeah. You got to have the Ben Gay.
Anyway.
Or
so,
whatever his name is.
Did we ever find out? Did we ever find out whether?
See now, you tell people their name called, and then they start calling. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi guys, I have a alternative, an alternative ending for the Harry Potter thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Harry gets injured in some fight with his arch enemy, and seriously injured, and out of shame, changes his identity and becomes House.
Becomes house.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, he's got to carry around that cane, which
Yeah.
is his wand, and
Yeah.
he magically cures people.
That's
Wow.
great.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
So we can-
Actually, I got one too. Another one.
Another one.
Besides the everything goes black one.
All right.
In this one.
I can see this coming. Go
No,
ahead.
no. This one, no. At the very end, they find out he's got rabies, and they shoot him, but he has a couple of kids that you didn't know about.
They don't use dynamite?
No, no. Right at the very end, and then he.
It's your boy and his wizard.
It's
He
just-
has a couple of kids.
He's
and-
getting
okay,
but
and...
first they kill him.
Yeah, okay.
They have to shoot him
Right.
because he's got rabies. But then
He's got
afterwards,
rabies.
everybody's very sad. Then they realize he's actually fathered a couple of children,
Uh-huh.
and now the whole thing kind of goes on. Wouldn't that be a great
And,
ending?
and,
No.
and
He's laying on his deathbed, and all of a sudden, it focuses right in on his face, and he says, "Rosebud."
that one too. That one too. That would be good.
but so there's no bad pun or anything about
No.
these two kids or
No, haven't you ever seen Old Yeller?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's the
Life
the
goes
point.
on. That's the
That's
message.
All
the
right.
point.
Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, if you're preparing for court, don't forget the KY.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
No problem.
I don't know. Why would you bring the K?
Why?
Why would you bring the rest of the
Every
letters?
time I went to court, I got screwed.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but it's not about me. You just have to
Oh.
be there.
That's
Have to
not
be there in a
about you.
peripheral
Oh,
way.
you mean divorce court?
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, you should have slept with the judge instead of your ex.
There you go. Oh, that's silence. Dead silence. That's not
All right.
very kind, Mike. All right.
That's the nature of the show, I'm afraid.
I guess you're right. So.
Thank you.
You guys have a good one.
All
All right,
thanks
so-
a lot. Here's another possibility.
Oh,
At the very end, Harry Potter rides this bomb down.
oh God.
Oh,
Going,
he's going, "Yeah!" Now, wouldn't that be a great ending
yeah,
to it?
that's great. That would be great. Harry, now,
I like that. That's,
never mind.
What?
How does he get in this airplane?
I don't know. That doesn't
I-
make-
and all of a
he's got
sudden,
a-
he's on the speech, and he walks around the bend, and he sees the Statue of
Yeah, the
Liberty.
Statue of Liberty. Oh my God!
You maniacs!
See, that-
Blow it up!
You bastards!
this is wonderful. Actually, there's all these possibilities that Roland
Yeah.
had. She probably didn't use. Rollings or whatever her name
Yeah.
is.
Hi, you're on the air.
Actually, the ultimate ending,
Huh?
Rowling waits 6 months, realizes that the revenue stream is drying up, writes another book.
Aha!
That could
Okay,
work too.
that's probably the plan.
I'll tell you what, though. You know, if
Thank you.
If she can spend, how many billion? How many? Well, she's like the second richest entertainer after Oprah.
Is she really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize that she was. I mean, I knew it was a
she's
worldwide
never
phenomenon.
gonna. She's
but
never gonna go through that
No.
stream of money.
no, as a matter of fact, when she wrote the first book, she was on public assistance.
Yep. And she's
I know.
still getting more because the last movie hadn't been made yet, and it's like, good lord. She'll probably want to renegotiate her contract for that one.
I would guess. Okay, now what other ending, Jay? I mean, I know you're pondering here.
I'm trying to think. I know there must be other ones. Well, I know there's a lot.
Soylent Green is Harry Potter.
That's right. Yeah, see, that's
No,
the-
Harry Potter is Soylent Green.
Okay.
I never thought of that though. That actually Harry Potter was the name. Was unmatched. It was Harry Potter.
Yeah,
wasn't
sure, it was Harry Potter. Yeah.
So,
It was Sherman Potter.
Sherman.
Sherman.
Oh, it wasn't Harry Potter. It was
Sherman.
Sherman Potter.
Close
You were thinking of
enough.
Harry Morgan.
Morgan.
I was thinking of Harry Moore.
Yeah,
Well,
played
yeah,
Sherman
yeah,
Potter,
It's,
that's
a,
right.
a blend of the two names. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well-
Yeah. While the wheels are turning, guys, you can come up with more endings. Why don't we just play something? Well, we're almost ready for the 7 o'clock. Oh, we can take a call. And
Where's
then
the
we can do
fly?
7
Did
o'clock
you
stuff.
get the fly? Oh, here's the.
Is there
Oh
a
no,
fly?
I didn't know where it was.
here's
I
the
got him,
fly.
Jay.
Here you
Okay,
go.
I
thank
got
you.
him.
All right, hold on.
Okay, hi, you're on the air.
Yes, I have another ending for you.
Good.
that I
Okay.
forgot about.
Yeah.
What's that?
Harry suffers a severe blow to the head, and
Yeah.
he wakes up in the morning and he's in bed with Bob Newhart and Suzanne.
That's good.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very good. That's very good. That's absolutely, that's
Uh-huh.
the best.
So next to the lightning bolt, he has a big lump. he
That's true, really. That's perfect. What a lightning bolt.
has a lightning bolt in his
Oh, I
forehead.
didn't know that.
Yeah, his encounter with the evil guy gave him that when he was a kid.
It's funny. Or,
Do you watch the movies too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, me too. I've only read one of the books.
Oh, I thought you read them all.
No, I just wait
Okay.
for the movies to come out. I'm lazy.
Are they they focusing on one of those little snowball
snow globe.
things with him as snow globe balls,
Yeah.
and he's in there.
Yeah.
And he drops it and rolls across the road, and he says, "Rosebud."
Or he's standing next to the Christmas tree and the bell rings. And he goes, every time a bell rings, a wizard gets his wand.
Every time they ring a bell, Harry Potter goes to hell. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll be back after these messages. This is the St. Louis Brain Sandwich
Either
Show.
that or Gary Cooper shoots him in the middle of the street.
Yeah, at high noon. Okay, thanks. Never swat a Jim Queskin.
Never, ever, ever swat a fly. Or a Jim Queskin. Oh, boy. You're listening to the Brain Boys on KDHX, St. Louis. The 10-year-old girl is getting her title of Living Goddess restored, Jim.
Who gave her that?
I don't know, but it says Nepali.
God.
Somebody in Nepal.
Living
Nepalese authorities are reviewing their decision to revoke a 10-year-old girl's Living Goddess title after she broke tradition by traveling overseas.
You can't travel overseas
An official
and
said
retain
no.
your goddess status?
She followed her rapturous welcome on her return. Sanjani Shaikia, who traveled to the United States last month. Yeah, Sanjani Shaikia. Anyway, she traveled to the U.S. last month to promote a documentary about the centuries-old tradition of Nepal's living goddesses.
Oh, so there have been more than one.
Well, I guess she's one. It says Sajani is one of the top 3 living goddesses.
So who determines that she's a living goddess?
I don't know.
The Living Goddess Committee?
I don't know.
I bet it is. I bet it's the Living Goddess Committee.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Living
or the
goddess
Board of
group.
Living Goddesses? We're
Right.
really bored of living goddesses.
Yeah, I think you vote on livinggoddesses.com.
You can
vote on it.
Do we have anything comparable to that here in the United States?
Well, what's her name? Hilton, Paris Hilton.
She's the living goddess.
Well, they seem to
I
think
don't
so.
know. I think you're going a little
Well,
too
no,
far
they
here.
seem to think so. I mean, I don't think so, but if you're asking if there is such a thing, I suppose it is. Lindsay Lohan, anybody who's getting in trouble with the law, or anybody who gets
Those are
pregnant.
just divas.
Yeah, maybe. Phyllis Diller?
Yeah, there you go. She's a living goddess.
You heard Paris Hilton has, when she was in prison, she went through this catharsis, and now she's becoming more spiritual, and
yeah, I bet.
And she's going to drop the dumb blonde act, like that. They had a cartoon.
What was it, act?
Yeah, they had a cartoon somewhere of her in prison, and she's talking. She said, "Yeah, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to show people how smart I am." And there's a prison guard walking by saying, "You're talking into your shoe, Miss Hilton."
We have a call. What an exciting thing.
Hi, you're on the air.
Yes, good morning. I
Morning.
wanted to say that Jim was a very handsome man in college. Or not in college, I'm sorry, in high school.
Uh-oh.
Jim?
Yep.
You mean I'm not handsome?
Yearbook
You mean I'm not
at
handsome now?
High school, yes.
Okay.
And he was very handsome.
We must know this person, Jay.
No, I had called a couple weeks ago and asked you guys what part of town you grew up in, what high school you went to.
Oh, and you looked it up?
Weren't there other handsome people in that yearbook?
No,
Well,
Jay.
there was other handsome people too, but I found Jim and I was like, wow,
Was there-
he is handsome.
Was he the only?
You betcha.
Was he the only handsome one in the yearbook?
Well, no, because Mike said that. Now, didn't Mike say that he went to Aquinas also?
No,
No, I
it was
didn't.
Jay.
Was he the only one?
You see, I'm the only one, Jay.
There were no other handsome seniors.
No, only losers.
Was Jay the other person?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what was Jay's last name?
Sober.
No, wait, you didn't know?
Hitler.
Is this
Hitler.
Wait, Hitler, yeah, Jay Hitler. They called me Skip at that time. Look at this, Skip Hitler.
Skip Hitler.
I thought they called you Slappy Hitler.
Yeah. Skippy Hitler.
All right, look up Jay and tell him he's handsome too, because we'll never hear
he'll
the
whine.
end of it. He'll whine to death. It's like
What year was it?
same year, 64.
64?
Yeah, I graduated 64. Yeah.
Okay.
The funny
I'll do
thing
that.
about it, how
and
many?
hey, I got a little story about this tells you how much time the police or whoever have on their hands.
Uh-huh.
We've seen a bicycle. You know how people abandon cars and they
Right.
get an orange sticker?
Right.
There was a bicycle in Fenton that had an orange
Ah.
sticker on it.
Great.
Evidently, he'd been sitting in a parking spot for about 4 days.
Oh lordy.
That or it was a bait bicycle.
Yeah,
Could
I
be
bet
that.
it is. Yeah.
It could be that too.
You
All right,
guys
well,
have a good day.
thanks.
You too.
Thanks.
All
Thanks a lot.
All right, bye.
So you can go. Everybody's picture is online,
No.
but that's how she
She
said.
probably found a yearbook.
Well, where though?
Well, she did. Well, it could be online because I know the Exorcist kid. His yearbook photos on the line. The whole
Really?
page
Yeah.
of stuff
What
is
is the
online.
difference between the Exorcist kid and
She
Jim and
wouldn't.
me?
She
I mean,
wouldn't
why would-
go. I mean, where else would it be, Jay? If it wasn't,
Our
if it was
heads don't go
online?
360. You know.
I mean, it wouldn't be
Neither
at the
his.
library.
Maybe the library. Yeah.
Wouldn't be at the library. Everybody's yearbooks would be at the library.
I don't know. I bet there is
No, that's
Could be. Well,
crazy.
something. Why not?
It's crazy talk. That's why. It's crazy talk, Jay. They're going to come and get you. You keep talking like that.
Well, it's archived somewhere.
Somewhere, obviously, if she found my picture, yeah.
The handsome
And
Jim
you know,
Finley.
he's right. I'm the only guy that's
The
handsome
hand-
in that book.
The handsome
Oh,
Jim
and modest
Finley.
too.
Uh-huh.
As a matter of
Yeah, that's it.
Star of
My
Bridget.
grandmother used to tell me I looked like John F. Kennedy.
Really, I'd
Yeah.
love to see that picture then.
Star of
Well, you know, I had
Brigad-
the comb back. I had
Oh, okay.
hair then.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had hair then. And
Star of Brigadoon. Star of Sounds of Broadway.
that's right. Sounds of Broadway.
That's Jim.
And these
Not-
were high school productions.
Well, of course
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
handsome. Those property managers weren't really handsome.
No,
That's why they're
no,
property
that's why they're
managers.
property
That's
managers.
why
They
that's
wanted
why
to keep
those
them
are-
out of the
that's why
public
we
eye.
were- right,
Didn't want to
exactly.
scare anybody.
Of course, the property managers had to keep the guns from Andy Get Your Gun in their trunk and got in trouble.
That's
right.
Not the star, of course.
No,
But the
Jay,
property
I
managers.
believe I was with you when we both got in trouble, Jay.
I suppose you're right.
Yeah, that's what I get for hanging out with
I
the
could've
property
done-
manager.
I could have done that.
You could have done what?
Brigadoon.
yeah, it would have been a smash hit. Jay.
Oh, you can't shoot a nun with a gun. How does that go?
I don't know. Jay, that was a long time ago.
From Andy Get Your Gun.
Yeah, I did a few things in college and a few things after college, and
He was just as handsome then, I'm sure.
and I'm just as handsome
not like,
now.
Not
actually.
like us. Not like us who are just simply
No, just
property
simply normal
managers.
people. Yeah. Only the handsome ones. They only put those pictures
Those are
online,
good.
Jay. They keep the others off because they don't want to scare
The rest
anybody.
of us, we don't get online. Just the handsome lead of
Wow.
Brigadoon.
What can I say, Jay? I didn't look it up.
Did you play? Did you play Conrad Birdie too?
No.
Who's-
That was in Sarah.
It was Jerry and Sarah?
Yeah.
Was Conrad Birdie?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. That's great. He looks like though. You know, I told him at the reunion
Yeah.
that he clearly sold his soul to the devil.
Oh yeah, the man never ages. He doesn't age.
The devil has his soul. He's,
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate to see where he goes afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Because right now there's not a line. There's not a wrinkle.
What do you mean afterwards? He's never going anywhere.
He's never, well, no, but eventually the devil comes and
Well,
claims his
okay,
soul.
but it'll be after we're dead.
According to, well, yeah, according to at least it did with Robert Johnson.
Yeah, I mean he gets to live, a long time.
And never
longer.
age.
Yeah, like a vampire.
And the picture of Jerry and Sarah instead of Dorian Gray.
Yeah, there you go.
Because he just
Yeah,
looks like he
it's
did.
amazing.
Looks like he was 16 years old.
Yeah,
17.
Well,
It's
20,
frightening.
20 anyway.
Maybe it's frightening. Anybody could be, pushing
is.
60
It is.
and look like they're 15.
Yeah,
Something wrong with him. He did something. He sold something to somebody.
I think you're right.
Did you do any stage plays?
I was the
He was the property manager.
That's it.
I was the dead body in Arsenic and Old Lace. But I didn't put it on my resume.
I say good idea. Hi, you're on the air.
Yes, I have a request.
Uh-huh.
A real request.
I know. Shut the hell up.
I'd like to hear Santa's Helper.
Next week.
Sucky Pancreas.
Next week.
No,
we
we
don't
don't
have
I
it
don't
on
have
with
Sucky
us.
Pancreas.
Oh.
I've got Santa's Helper, but we'll do that next
Oh,
week.
we don't.
Okay. What about fast food
Fast food I've got.
Fast food. Okay.
and car phone?
I love car.
Anything else?
And Hey Lucy or Hey Ricky, whatever that is.
Don't know if we have that one.
I got it.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
I love car phone. It's a great
Yeah, okay.
song.
I know you do.
Okay, we'll see what I can do.
Hey, look,
Thank you.
just fax us your list. We're going to need a few pages to put that on.
Brainboys@AOL.com.
Thank you.
I'll make a list.
All
right, great.
Check it twice.
Thanks. Okay.
I'll start reaching so you guys can.
Okay.
Nice cover.
Now that was my one and only stage performance was the dead body in Arsenic and Old Lace.
it was a fun, the reviewer mentioned the dead body and how good they were.
Yeah, I was with the Nortine Players in Hazelwood.
The Nortine, really?
Yeah, don't you remember the Nortine Players?
Not really.
We weren't as memorable.
They
as,
were such a minor group.
we weren't nearly
They
as
were
memorable
such a
as the
minor
cast
group.
of Brigadoon with that handsome
with those
Jim,
handsome people.
that
in it.
handsome Jim Finley.
Absolutely.
Oh well, those of us who have to live in the shadow of the handsome ones.
That's right. That's right.
We have to just make our own way. That's all.
So what else
And,
is going on?
What?
Well,
Yes,
let's see. I did some college plays.
you did.
I played the boatman in 10 Little Indians.
Uh-huh.
I played the horse in Just So Stories.
played the horse?
The whole horse.
How do you play the whole horse?
Very careful.
I don't know, Wilbur.
Wait.
Must be, huh?
Nixon was Wilbur? No. I mean, Nixon was Mr. Ed?
No, wait.
I didn't know Mr. Ed held his hair back. You didn't hold... Oh,
I didn't hold my hair
Oh, this
back.
is the difference between Nixon and Mr. Ed. Mr.
I
Ed doesn't hold his hair back.
There you go.
I
That's
was
the difference.
simply going for the feedback, Wilbur.
Yeah, right. That's a difference. If he was doing Nixon, he'd have to hold his hair back. Birthdays this week, Jay?
Not this week, Jim. Mine's December 2nd.
Okay,
actually.
fine. Let's see if you can guess any of these here. This would be
Are you going to play Who's Older Than Jay?
Robin. Yes, right.
Like Kevin
Everybody
does?
knows. Robin Williams. How old do you think he is?
59.
That's close. 56.
Okay.
56. John Lovitz.
Don't know who he is.
He's you know.
Saturday Night Live,
Saturday Night
sure.
Yeah,
Live.
but wasn't there a story that he beat some guy up? He had a big fight recently or
John
something.
Lovitz?
Yeah.
No, he's-
Yeah, I
he's
think
a
he
beast.
did.
No,
Apparently
well,
he did. I
okay.
believe he did.
Well, he's
I've
younger
never
than
seen
us.
him.
Jay.
I've never seen him. I don't even know who he
Oh,
is.
he's 50.
All right.
Who else do you know? Josh Hartnett. Do you know who that is? He's an actor.
Yeah.
He's 29.
I don't know half.
I don't know half of these people. Vanessa Lengies,
Never heard of her.
actress, Stick It,
Sorry.
and American Dreams.
Never heard of
Vanessa
her.
Lengies.
Sorry.
I wonder if she was the gal with the roses. Anyway, Emerson Hart, another
Better.
singer in Tonic. Lance Guest. The Lou Grant Show.
Never heard of him.
Me
I don't know
neither.
Lou Grant, but I've never heard of
How
him.
about Edward Herman?
Pee-wee's father?
Yeah, Pee-wee's father.
Well, he would be about
The
75.
Gilmore Girls. I don't know who that is either. How about Kay Starr? We know who Kay
Well,
Starr.
she's a singer, right?
She's a
She's got to be
singer.
78. 88.
85.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mike, somebody's
she's
trying to
up
call
there.
in. I don't know if
She's
you
up
want
there.
For a request.
Huh? I know that, but it could be someone. Who knows what? It could be somebody wanting to give us money.
All right, let's see here.
Just a minute. Hold on. Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, it was. He beat up Andy Dick. It's who's the guy that was in You're in the Army Now with
Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore, and he was on that FM radio show.
Was this a batter?
No, there was some kind of deal. They got into an argument. He evidently just beat the crap out of him. And John Lovitz, he's the liar guy from Saturday Night Live.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Right.
it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's the ticket.
That's the ticket.
And yeah, and he beat up Andy Dick.
Wow.
We'd
I
all
think a
love to
lot of
beat up-
people want to beat up Andy Dick.
Yeah, and he evidently did a very good job of it.
Well, good for him.
Have a good one this morning,
All
guys.
right,
right,
thank
thanks.
you. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, Jay. Here's your horoscope for this week.
This is Sagittarians.
Uh-huh.
What's that?
Plans you conjure up might be quite different from friends' plans. You might toss your ideas away and hook up with your pals. Don't let it. I don't understand. Tonight, transform as the moment does. Boy,
Sounds like a Chinese. It sounds like a fortune cookie.
I know, it really
Makes no
does. It really
sense.
does, instead of a horoscope. Here's my horoscope. You might want to approach others differently. Well, wait a minute, didn't that sounds like yours. Perhaps you would like a change within a relationship. This isn't a horoscope, this is questions.
All right.
Be responsible and take the first step. Tonight, the lead actor, the handsome lead actor. Brigadoon! And when's your birthday, Mike?
September 29th. I'm a Libra.
All right, let's see here. Understand that your usually affable self will act and feel a touch different today. Worry less and clear out problems. Your happy ways emerge in a discussion. Tonight, act on a wish.
Oh, I know what I've been wishing for.
Oh, man, it's been a while, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
For
Careful.
8 hours of uninterrupted sleep would be nice.
Oh, why? Why? Who keeps interrupting your sleep?
Well, you know,
She's demanding.
Yeah.
Oh man, them
Man,
women's.
I'm telling you.
Them
boy,
women's. There's demanding.
I'm so dehydrated.
I can imagine.
The precious bodily fluids
Yeah.
sapped out.
So Jay, have you seen the picture of the guy playing Peter Pan at the Muni?
Yes, but it's frightening. I wouldn't want my kids to see it if they were
I'm telling
younger.
you what, He looks like he's like 50 years old. He's got a mustache, for God's sake.
He looks like Peter Pimp, is what it looks like. I think it's the wrong. I think it's the wrong play.
I know. I think it's some guy from the West End that just happened to show up for the
He's 50
picture.
years old with a mustache. I don't think
What
that's
the
just
hell were they thinking when they cast this guy as Peter Pan?
I don't know.
I mean, Pan's supposed to be a young, a kid, because he never grows old. Hello?
What was her name? Kathy Rigby. Didn't she do it for a while?
Yeah, she did. Mhm.
But she had a mustache too. I think.
So did
but-
Mary Martin.
Yeah.
She's
Well,
like-
Mary
yeah,
Martin
Mary
did it for the
Martin.
longest of anybody.
Yeah. And also, what's her name too? The one with
Yeah, Mary Lou Retton.
No, no.
Really?
The wires
No,
kept
she
breaking.
never- yeah.
No, what about the other one?
Boo.
What about the other one? The one with the one.
Sandy
what's her-
Duncan.
Didn't
Sandy
she play
Duncan.
her?
I believe you're right.
Yeah, I think she did.
I think she did too.
I'll tell you what, though, this guy, you're right. I think this guy flies in through your window. You're going to go, call the cops!
No, I mean, put a green hat on him. You got Peter Pimp.
My God. I know, it's true. Or one of the guys from Sherwood's Forest. I don't know which one.
One of those.
I'm not telling you. I mean, I'm Italian. I've just turned Italian, Jim. Sorry. I'm Italian.
You should try. If that's the case, you should make a comeback, Jim.
I know.
Since you with
Peter
your
Pan,
handsome.
the bald Peter
Yeah,
Pan.
That's right. You know, you can
I'm
make
telling
it.
you, Francis Jew, or you, maybe the J is
Silent?
Not
Why?
silent. I don't know. J-U-E. I don't know how you say that. Jewy?
Jewy. I don't know.
I'm telling you what. It's the weirdest. He's the weirdest Peter Pan I've ever seen in my life. And he's got that stupid pose. It's like
I know.
Ah, da, da, da.
Bring John Goodman in, you know.
Yeah, that's all you need. No, the wires would break, though.
Well, maybe so.
God, I'll tell you what.
Oh, well. Hey, let's
oh,
get
if we
together.
could
Rosie
just,
O'Donnell.
If we could just run the world, Jay, things would be a lot better, wouldn't they?
Well, I don't know if they'd be any better.
They'd be
That'd a
different.
little funnier. I don't know. But I bet the guy takes himself real seriously. He might be really good. He's probably
He's
great.
probably-
Seriously.
well, yeah, he's probably,
probably
good, but he
wonderful.
doesn't look the role. I'm sorry. He needs the Wayback Machine, I
I
think.
think you're right. I don't know.
I don't know. I'd stay away from the from the seats in the front if I were you. I'd go to
Watch it
go
from
to the free seats.
I was going to say watch
Go
it
to
from
the free seats. He might look like he's 15, but he's never going to look that way up close.
Leave your opera glasses at home.
That's right. Leave him at home.
Just let your
Good
imagination run away. Pretend it's the handsome Jim Finley.
Maybe there's a clue as to why they picked him. No, there isn't. Oh well.
Oh, well. Anyway.
I don't know. Who am I to criticize? You know, I couldn't do it. I'm not handsome enough to be Peter Pan.
Oh, sure you are, Jim.
Well, okay, thank you, Jay.
Especially back in high school.
in the
you know.
day, yeah.
When you looked like a young John Kennedy.
That's right. Oh, look, he's gonna be dead soon.
I have pictures of Finley. He didn't look like
Be
John
shot by
Kennedy.
Lee Harvey Schober.
Yeah, Lee Harvey Schober.
I wouldn't say JFK.
What would you say?
John Haldeman?
Prince Albert in a can?
No, Ehrlichman or
You
Haldeman?
got Prince Albert
Yeah.
on a can?
Let him out. He's a friend of mine. Isn't that
That's
what it
right.
is?
Yeah, in a can or something like that.
Let him out, he'd suffocate.
Prince Albert on the can. I
What
don't
did we
know.
used to do when we went out when we were trying to sell magazine
Magazines?
subscriptions for
We-
one day or whatever it
What
was?
about pulling the wires?
pulling the wires of your phone?
Yeah, your wire's slack in the back. We got to come in and pull it tight, and then you'd go into the magazine, bitch. Whose bright idea was
I
that?
don't know. How long did we last? 1 day, 2 days?
Half a day.
Half a day?
Half a day.
That was the worst job I ever had. in my
Oh, it's
life.
horrible.
It
You're
made-
out there walking around in Bellefontaine Neighbors,
trying to sell magazines.
trying to sell magazines, and they didn't even bring you a bottle. Well, they didn't have a bottle of water. They didn't bring you a soda or anything. It was like,
No, back in those days, I mean, that was the worst job than
Oh.
cleaning out the basement of Sacred Heart Church for 50 cents an hour.
well, that was better than selling magazines.
I know. The place was like, but it was like, I'm surprised they don't have black lung.
You think it was bad? Huh?
Oh, it was awful. I mean, it was just nothing but dust. I mean, I do believe that some of my sinus stuff and all that has
Come
stuff
from
to do-
there?
comes
Really came from there?
Because I mean, this stuff was you could
See, because I didn't have to do that,
God.
so I don't have that problem.
that was my job for the whole summer, eighth grade. After eighth grade, was cleaning out the basement. 50 cents an hour. We were there
How-
8 hours a day, huh?
What did you do with all the stuff?
It was mostly just clean dust and all that stuff. And we found there was all kinds of civil defense stuff down there.
Oh,
And
okay.
the rest was a lot of junk.
Any
brick
good
and stuff.
crackers?
There were crackers, water,
Wow.
all kinds of stuff down there. But it was just so.
Oh, that 20-year-old water. That's good stuff.
It was
It's
bad.
aged.
Well, it wasn't that old because in 8th grade would have been. I mean,
well, that's true. That's when
it was
civil
the one
defense
that
kind
was
of
going on,
started.
but
Yeah,
but
in the 50s and
the
the
50s,
early 60s.
This was probably late would have been 60 because right before I went to the seminary.
Yeah, right.
But this was probably there for 7 or 8 years, but it was enough to get a good cover of dust.
Yeah, they see who'd be good to go to the cemetery.
Cemetery. There you go. A Freudian slip.
Seminary.
Then the nuns would
By
go,
who can clean out the basement the best?
and the nuns would bring us biscuits and jelly.
Biscuits and
Yes,
jelly. Well, isn't
and
that
some
nice?
iced tea. It was very hot
Yeah, I'll bet.
in the basement. But I'm
Actually,
sure
it's cooler in the basement.
No, it was very
Could have been
hot.
hotter.
It could have been, but it was. I don't think so. It was
Could have been an
very hot.
attic.
Could have been.
Yeah.
It was a bad job. It actually reminds me of that John Prine song, where it made me scrub a parking lot down on my knees. They only paid me 50 cents an hour.
There you
That's
go.
what I got.
That's-
50 I got 50 cents an hour.
There you go. Yeah.
Then I moved up
That's
to
less than I got for my first job.
I was going to say I moved up into the lofty 75 cents an hour at American Metal Barrel.
Well, that's what I got at the M&B barbecue.
Oh, that place up on Lindbergh?
Yeah, up
what
in
were you doing
Lindbergh.
up
What did I do?
What did you
I
do up
made
there?
barbecue sandwiches and stuff.
there? You were 13 or 14?
Yeah, well.
Was that before American Metal
14
Barrel?
Oh, yeah. Well, that was... Let me think.
That was another one of our
Well,
fabulous
American Metal
summer
Barrel
jobs.
was in the summers.
We did that for 2 jobs.
And then I worked
2
at
years.
M&B in during the school year later on in I guess junior and senior year. Yeah. You get real tired of barbecue after a while. You think, oh man, I can eat all the barbecue I want. You get real tired of barbecue after a while.
I know. We used to work. We'd go out and get those 55-gallon drums and throw them on a truck and bring them back and recondition them, paint them, stack them.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
a great job.
Wiping black widows off your arm.
And that's where you learned that they had a bung hole? Is that
Bung hole.
That's right. It's called the bung hole.
55-gallon drums have a bung hole.
Mm-hmm.
If they're the solid top kind.
Okay.
The ones that are cut out have a removable lid. They don't have well, some of them have a bung hole.
A removable bung
A removable bung hole. Now there's a band name. The removable bung holes.
That's what they call them. That's what they were.
They were bung holes. I don't know why. I mean, why they needed to put the bungs in the barrels, I have no idea.
I think maybe they filled them up with that without having to take the lid
Filled them
off.
up with bung?
Well, no, they had a little thing you could pull them out.
Well,
you
yeah,
could
I
open
know.
it up.
Yeah,
and then
it had a lid, right.
A lid. Well, there
were
not
two
just
lids.
But one was
There was a small one.
so
There
you
was
could
a big one.
you could fill it.
Maybe
with
that was
liquid.
the air hole.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another name for an air hole.
So
when you pour the stuff out,
right,
it'll come out.
So you would have like an A hole and a B hole.
No, bung hole, a hole, and a bung hole.
No, you have an A hole on one side and a bung hole on the other side.
A bung hole, Jay.
That's what I said.
It's short for bung.
It's a B hole.
Yeah, B hole.
And an A hole. So
an A hole.
It's number A, which is A for air.
A for A hole. There you
air.
go.
It's air. It's not. Come on, now see.
Okay, see, there you go.
I'm dragging the show down again.
He's dragging the show down.
I'm dragging
again.
the show down. Well, let's drag it down
It's A,
further and
it's
play
A,
some music.
A meant air.
Let's stop this
Wait,
before it goes any further,
But isn't
Mike.
it true, Mike? A meant air. It's
Just
air
cut 'em
hole.
off.
Yeah. But we know this much. Back Roads is a mix of folk, singer-songwriter, and Americana, all found along the back roads. Join Stacy every Saturday mornings from 8 till 10 a.m., except maybe this Saturday mornings when somebody else is here,
Yeah,
right?
it looks like there's a substitute.
A substitute?
Yes.
That's Backroads on your community station, 88.1 KDHX St. Louis. 88.1 is community radio in St. Louis. And don't forget, you don't have to wait for our next membership drive to become a member of KDHX.
I don't?
No, you don't.
Cool.
No. Katie, you don't have to wait for me to shoot you. I'll do it right now. If you just
Cool.
Okay. Fine. KDHX.
Because I'm so handsome, Jay.
Because you're really handsome. Oh, you and Brigadoon. How could anyone give that up? That memory just sticks with you. The handsome Jim Finley and Brigadoon.
The handsome Jim Finley and that J guy.
KDHX, that guy who was just the property
That
manager.
J guy.
He was nothing but the property manager. No big deal. And the dead body and arsenic and old life.
Yeah.
KDHX needs your support all year round. So go ahead and renew your membership or become a new member by visiting our website at kdhx.org or call 314-664-3955, extension 306, and pledge your support to St. Louis Community Media.
Good job, Jay.
Thank you, Jimbo. Not as good as you did in Brigadoon.
Oh, no.
You handsome devil. But, Mike, there's the stuff.
All right, so we're in
Sign
the
off
middle
for me, please. Thank
of 33 stupid thieves and 3 dishonorable mentions.
There you go. How many thieves have we gotten to?
We've only gotten like 6.
It's a lot of thieves. A lot of stupid thieves left.
Every night, Mrs. Hollis Sharp of Los Angeles would take her poodle out for a little walk, to do her business. And of course, like a good responsible citizen, she would pick up the leavings and put them in a plastic bag. Well, she got mugged one night, and the guy grabbed the plastic bag, jumped into a car, and drove off with the spoils of his crime. And she actually got her arm broken in the whole thing, but she said, "I only wish there'd been a little more in the bag for him." Edward McAlia put on a stocking mask, burst into a jewelry store in Liverpool, and pointed a revolver at the three men inside. "This is a stick-up," he said. None of them did so, since all of them noticed the red plastic stopper in the muzzle of McAlia's toy gun. After a brief scuffle, he escaped, but not before he pulled off his mask. The jeweler recognized him as a customer from the day before, and of course he was arrested. Thomas Schimmel of Tawas City, Michigan, went home from work for lunch on November 1st, 1978, was surprised to discover someone had entered his home, eaten a bowl of cereal and some chicken, and left. A sheriff's deputy called, and a report was filed, after which he went back to work. Returning home, he immediately fell asleep on the couch, did not awake until 11:45. He went to his bedroom, discovered that the thief had not only returned, but was in fact asleep in his bed. He called the police, woke the burglar, and charged him with breaking and entering. Duh. A 14-year-old would-be burglar in South Phoenix managed to chop his way through a brick wall of the State Market on East Broadway. However, he tripped an alarm in the process. The store was soon surrounded by police officers, but the boy refused to surrender. Then Officer Gregory had a stroke of inspiration. He called out, said they were about to send in a Canine Corps officer. The officer supported this threat by barking loudly. "Don't let the dog come in," cried the burglar. "I'm coming out." And the young man was greatly disturbed when he learned that a policeman had been doing the barking, not a dog. Obviously, he has no idea what a barking dog sounds like. Let's see. Things didn't work out quite the way Clay Weaver had planned on a night of February 16th, 1982. He entered Hutchinson's Fine Foods in West Valley, Utah. Intending to rob his store, he waved the gun at the clerk, who laughed because she thought it was a toy. The gun was quite small, but it was in fact real, a 2-bullet Derringer. He cocked the gun, but the bullet dribbled out onto the counter. Weaver then fled, but got into an argument with his accomplice, Gary Henderson. He pushed Weaver away, drove off without him. Finally, he was chased down and hauled back to Hutchinson's by 2 store employees who happened to be members of the high school wrestling team. This is a good one. In 1977, a thief in Southampton, England, came up with a clever method of robbing a cash register at a supermarket. After collecting a basket full of groceries, he approached the checkout, placed a 10-pound note on the counter. The grocery clerk took the bill and opened the cash register, at which point the thief snatched the contents and ran off. It turned out to be a bad deal. He ended up losing £5 63 cents, because there was only £4 37 cents in the till. So it was kind of a reverse thing. And finally, on the night of August 24th, 1980, a well-organized group of thieves began their raid on the safe at the Leisure Center office in Chichester, England. A lot of this happens in England. A lot of stupid thieves in England, I guess. They used water skis to paddle across the lake. They picked up their equipment and paddled out to the office. However, when they got there, they realized that what they thought was cutting tools was actually welding gear, and they managed to seal the safe completely shut. It took them almost over an hour to hammer and chisel the safe open again after they did that. So.
Lovely.
So there's some more stupid thieves. We'll continue that.
I got a couple of good ones from the dumbest things ever said, but this is good. It's actually pretty funny. This is from Brooke Shields during an interview to front an anti-smoking campaign.
Oh no!
No, it's just smoking kills. If you're killed, you've lost a very important part of your life. And this other one.
I remember that. Unfortunately, I remember that.
It's not listed in the Bible, but my spiritual gift, my specific calling from God, is to be a television talk show host. Jim Baker.
Yeah.
And this other one, I like this one a lot. It says, "To say this book is about me, which is the main reason I was uncomfortable. Me. It's frightening. It's ridiculous. This book is not about me." Kate Moss, model actress, on her book, Kate, the Kate Moss book.
Kate, the Kate Moss book. Well, who's it about?
It's good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, there's plenty of them. I don't know. Never mind. Oh,
You should
oh here,
peruse
this is a
these
good one.
before you start.
Well, I know, but there's some of them are good. I'm just glad it'll be Clark Gable who's falling on his face and not Gary Cooper. Gary Cooper on his decision not to take the leading role in Gone with the Wind.
Oh, good. Good job.
That's good. Anyway, so there's plenty of stuff. We'll do some more next time.
Okay. So did we get all our requests?
Oh, here's
Except
a
for
good,
Santa's Helper.
Oh,
here's a
yeah,
nice
we'll
one.
do that next week.
Here's a nice one. Rock and roll is phony and false and sung, written, and played for the most part by cretinous goons. That was Frank Sinatra
Frank
in 1957.
Well, he's probably
Speaks
right.
his mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, nice things.
Does
You're
he-
listening to the Brain Boys on KDHX St. Louis. Yes. What?
Well, and like me, he was so handsome that he just didn't see
He
it.
was so handsome. Well, yeah, my God, some of them are so handsome. They can barely function.
Barely functioned. That's right.
You were one of them, John.
what?
Well, you are one of those. John.
What'd you?
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Well, at least the second part's still true. Anyway, have we gotten everything we need to get to, Mike?
Yeah,
Have
we
we
did.
done?
Yeah.
We've
I already
done
asked him that,
everything.
Jake.
We played everything.
he wasn't listening.
Should we do a
Except
little
for
dance?
Santa's Helper, and that'll be next week.
Should we do a little dance?
If you like.
Make a little. No.
Yeah, you
down,
guys go
get
right ahead.
down
All right.
tonight.
Mhm.
Just take
Wrong
it somewhere
song.
else. Get a room.
Wrong song.
Okay, wrong song.
Let's see. What else do we have here?
Oh, wait a minute. Where did you get that?
I have it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you bought the soundtrack.
I did. I like Joe's Place. A lot of stuff.
I don't think there's not a bad song on there, actually.
There's
No.
stuff on there that's not in the movie.
Right, I know that. That's true too. We're talking about the soundtrack to A Mighty Wind, which is.
So we're not going to play anything?
No, I don't know. What do you have, Mike? Do you have anything to play, or should we
Well, we can
just babble
stick it in.
on? Play whatever you want.
All right, well, why don't you babble on until I can cue something up?
Well, all right, babble, buddy. Babble, Mr. Handsome. Yeah. I'll play the Mighty Wind. Play the title song, or play Blood on the Coal, or one of those. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
Okay.
Great soundtrack. Are we ready? This is
Yes.
KDHX St. Louis, the Brain Boys.
Wake up.
Wake up, Jim. Reveille, reveille. That was Tito and the Tarantulas.
We need a nap before I go to top.
I know. Well, it's almost those last few minutes of the show. We do pretty good the first first hour and 40 minutes, and then it just starts to fade on you when you're
and you get up that early and you're not used to it.
handsome as you are.
You think it would
You
carry
think
over.
it would carry over, but it just doesn't.
Doesn't seem to.
Oh well, it's been a pleasure as usual. I don't know who's here.
Yeah, she hasn't really shown herself. I mean, we saw who.
Oh, Larry's here.
Oh, Larry's here. So Larry.
Okay. So we
Hi,
know who
Larry.
that is in there then.
We don't know who that is, but Larry's going to appear. You're doing the show for Stacy today?
Oh, good.
That was an affirmative. Good.
Okay, hi, good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, where are you guys going to go for dog fighting now that they busted that guy?
Where are we going for dog fighting now that they've busted the guys? What he asked. They didn't have their headphones on.
Oh, we didn't know. We didn't. I don't think we were really much into dog fighting these days.
No. We like cockfighting better.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
Metaphorically speaking, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I beat the Chihuahua to get her real angry.
Yeah.
But
Oh, there's nothing worse than a vicious Chihuahua.
oh, it's just so vicious. Anyway,
I can't believe they find that even remotely entertaining.
I know. I don't get that. I just. Any of those blood sports are just really nasty.
ultimate dog fighting. I don't know. It just isn't. I don't
Yeah,
understand
would be.
it. Oh well. Anyway, I suppose somebody likes it, but hopefully they'll get rid of it forever, everywhere.
I guess Michael likes it.
Who?
Michael Vick. isn't
Oh,
it?
Michael Vick. Yeah.
He's the one who got.
I think. Maybe bug fighting.
Bug fighting would be
You
okay.
know?
Yeah, well, they go rhinoceros
Ultimate-
beetles
right.
against the June bug.
Right, a couple of June bugs in a little fusion grudge match.
Little tag team bug wrestling.
Yeah, bug wrestling. That's nice. All right. Well, anyway, it's been, like I said, a pleasure. All right,
Thanks,
Lou's
Lou.
still there. Thanks, Lou.
Thanks, Lou.
Always a pleasure, Lou. Stay tuned for Larry Weir.
Yeah.
Doing Back Roads this morning.
Okay, next week it's a Mike show, and then
Mike's show.
I don't know about 2 weeks.
We'll see what happens
Will
in
be
2
the
weeks.
Jim and Jay show, and
We'll see what happens. Yeah, I should be here.
Okay.
I'm good to go.
Let me know as soon as you can.
I don't get to do anything.
Of course not.
Okay. Anyway.
To see Jim's picture, go to handsome.com.
handsomemrfinley.com. I think you should
There's
start
going to be a
site.
website.
I think you should start your. We need to start a site.
That's what I need, yeah.
Handsomejim.com or just
Jim.
handsomemrfin.com.
I like Handsome Jim.
Handsome Jim.
That's a good one. Or Jim the Genius.
Jim the Genius.
Jim the Genius was a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I'm sure Larry will have wonderful things for you, as he always does. Larry is normally heard on Fridays from 10 till noon, along with Ed Becker.
Songwriters Showcase.
On Songwriters Showcase, doing the best in songwriters and best in showcase.
Showcasing. Yeah, there you go.
So he'll be in. It's a treat to have Larry on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And following Larry will be
Keith
Dunning with Down Yonder, and then Fred Gamere with the wonderful.
I'm not sure about Fred.
Fred was here last week. I don't
Was
know
he?
if he'll be
Okay,
this
all
week.
right.
And Fred handled the problems as well as probably better than most people would, and our love and best to Fred.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And but he's resilient if nothing else, and he'll be here today probably unless he's got something else.
Well, anyway, we'll see you next week. Brainboys at AOL.com.